All right guys, what's up? Today we're gonna go through a full chest and tricep workout. This is gonna be like a hypertrophy style workout, very similar to the layout that we have in like the Alpha Performance program. You're gonna see some different things because my home gym isn't like a typical garage gym. I have a lot of commercial grade equipment, but you'll see kind of like the format of how I program hypertrophy workouts, the sets, the rep range, and the different kind of like warm up and auxiliary movements that we'll do for this kind of workout. Here we go. All right, so the first exercise in this warm up is gonna be internal and external rotation. When it comes to like chest workouts, I wanna make sure that my rotator cuffs are really warmed up because that's just gonna help with more stability and power in your bench press. So this guy right here, you're just gonna come out, get some tension on here, and you can do this movement with a cable stack, you can do it with resistance bands, you can even do it with dumbbells. I like to do the cable stack. It's a pretty good resistance for me, but so external rotation right here. You're gonna have your elbow kind of pinned to your body, bent at 90 degrees, and you're gonna try and do that full 180 degree to turn outward. And we're gonna do this for 10 reps. And after 10, then we're gonna switch it to the other arm, and we'll go internal rotation, all right, before I flip around to the other side. So same kind of deal, pinning that elbow to your side, keeping your arm bent at 90 degrees. And now we're internally rotating and bringing the weight inside the body. And then we'll flip around and do the same thing on the other side. So external rotation first. And bring it for internal. All right. So the next exercise is gonna be what's called a Cuban press. This one is another good one for external and internal rotation, but it's also gonna really work your scapula muscles back here, which is just gonna help improve stability in the bench press, all right? So typically, if this is a new movement for you, you're gonna wanna start with like a PVC pipe or like a wooden dowel, or you can use like a bamboo bar or something like that. I'm gonna work up and use this 35-pound Bella bar. It's a pretty good weight for me. You wanna go pretty wide with the grip, so I usually go to the outside knurling lines if I can. So you're gonna start right here. The bar is gonna be as close to your body as you can. The first part of it is kind of like an upright row. So you're gonna bring it up till you're about 90 degrees, all right, with your elbows. And then from here, you're gonna externally rotate the bar just behind your head, keeping your elbows at 90 degrees still. Then you're gonna extend out all the way. Then you're just gonna reverse it. Bring it back down to 90, and internally rotate it down. We're still at 90, and then you drop it down. All right, so that's one whole rep right there. So, like so. Boom, and we're gonna do 10 of these. Ooh, burning. All right. And then the last thing we're gonna do in this warm-up circuit is just some incline dumbbell flies. Get the chest and pec muscles firing. I don't like to do a ton of triceps in the warm-up, just because that could like pre-exhaust my pushing motion too much before I bench. I usually do a lot of triceps after I bench. So I'm just gonna come back here. Actually, these are way too light for me. I gotta go heavier. All right. Really like to get wide, stretch out that chest pretty good, but don't go too low to where you're putting negative tension on your shoulders. Keep that slight bend in your elbows. We're gonna do 12 to 15 reps of this. So we'll go through those 3 exercises 2 more times. So once we're through 3 sets of the warm-up circuit, then we'll usually jump into that compound lift for that day. So for today, obviously, we're just doing a bench press. For chest, we're gonna go jump up and do 70, 72, 75% of my 1 rep max. And then we'll jump into some chain press after that. But typically with the compound movement, I'll add in and superset it with something pretty moderate and easy, like maybe a band fly or a tricep extension with bands, something like that. All right. Now, when it comes to benching, this is where, like, you know, that external rotation, those Cuban presses kind of come into play. You really want to pack both shoulder blades onto the bench just to help with more stability in that press. And you want to slightly arch your back too. That'll also help just kind of get those shoulder blades on that bench, especially if you have like a wide upper back. Sometimes you just have to arch your back a little bit more to fit both shoulder blades on there, all right? And another good tip too, especially when you kind of get stuck in that in-between movement where you got to force the rest of the way through, is you want to imagine that you're taking this barbell and you're bending it with your arms, all right? So you're driving your elbows into your body and pushing and bending it like that. So if you can imagine bending that bar, you're gonna notice those tough sticking points, you're gonna push through them a lot easier, all right? And I also have a lot of overload techniques and movements that will also help with a lot of those sticking points. We're gonna go 15 reps on this first set. Now I keep my bench press pretty close gripped, and that's just because of like injuries from football and things like that, just to protect my shoulders, and I've had a partially torn pec before and stuff. So if you want to hit more chest, you can get a little bit wider, but just know it's going to be pretty harsh on the shoulders when you're doing that, so just be careful. So with this one, we're just going to superset it with a basic rope extension for triceps. All right, so this guy, again, keeping your elbows pinned at your sides and just extending all the way down. We're gonna go 15 reps. Whew. Oh yeah. A question I get asked a lot is like, how much time should I take in between sets? And I think that just kind of depends where you're at in your fitness journey. If you're just starting out, take as much time as you need. Probably not more than like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, but you know, you want to let that endurance build up over time. But I'd say once you get pretty consistent, like a good consistent 4 to 6 weeks into your training, then that's when you can really start counting and paying attention. And I would say at that point, between 45 seconds and 90 seconds is a good time frame to take in between sets. It takes about 90 total seconds for ATP to fully regenerate in that muscle group. So somewhere in there is a good time frame. Whew. All right, gonna add a little weight. All right, here we go. Set number 2, we're gonna go for 12 reps now at 72%. All right, here we go. Going up a little more. The majority of my programs, depending on whatever goal it is, endurance, strength, bodybuilding, you're gonna be following some kind of strength progression with the 3 compound movements: bench, squat, and deadlift. Next circuit. Whew. Once we get the compound movements out of the way, then I like to do a lot of auxiliary and overload movements to kind of help just build up that movement that we just worked on, all right? So today for benching, we're gonna do some chain press. What I really like with chain press is it's gonna slow the movement down, especially on the eccentric portion, where we're gonna get a lot of muscle fiber recruitment, okay? When you're just normally benching, you're just trying to move weight. And so, yeah, when you're quick and powerful, going down and up, there's a lot of power and strength behind it, but not a ton of muscle fiber recruitment to really tear up that muscle belly and create more strength, more muscle rebuilding, all that kind of stuff. So when you slow down a movement, you're causing more muscle fiber recruitment. So you're just gonna break down that much more muscle, all right? So, throw the chains on. You can get chains from any kind of like equipment website. See like Rogue, Elite FTS, all those big brands are gonna have chains. Or you can be like me and just go to Home Depot and buy your chains there. It's a lot cheaper. And just weigh them out, know what kind of weight you want to put on it, put little hooks on them, and they're super easy to do it. I like to put a bunch of chains at the bottom just to add more weight. And then what you can do is you can just add more chains to it to make it heavier and heavier, kind of a thing. But what's cool with the chain press is as you bring the bar down in the eccentric movement, the weight gets lighter, all right? So that way you can have a really powerful push, but when you come up for that concentric movement, the load is steadily increasing as you push all the way out, and that's just gonna help build a lot of power. I use this for a lot of my athletes, my guys who are really looking to improve their 1 rep max, linebackers and linemen. It's a great one for you. But yeah, and it's just fun. Chains are cool. All right, so I typically do a 3-second eccentric, 0-second pause at the bottom, 1-second concentric push at the top, all right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, that'll burn. All right, definitely gotta take a little bit of a longer rest period with that one. Takes a lot out of you. So this one we're gonna superset with a Panada incline press and a different type of tricep extension with an easy curl bar. All right, so this is my Panada press. This is gonna be very similar to your guys' Smith machine at a commercial gym. If you have one of these, dude, you're really cool. Or you have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money, I'm just cool, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this one's gonna be great just for like isolating that movement going up. You'll be able to push a heavier load, but you won't have as much stability in it. But yeah, it's a pretty nice movement. And this one kind of converges in the middle, so it's not gonna be the same thing as your Smith machine, but kind of similar. Woo. Oh yeah. All right. So I like this easy curl bar attachment. You can do a lot of grip variations, bis, tris, back movements, all sorts of stuff, upright rows. So we're just gonna do tricep extensions, but we're gonna do a narrow for 10, a regular for 10, and a wide grip for 10, just to mix it up. A lot of hypertrophy, a lot of volume. That's kind of the goal. gonna go 2 more sets of those. Whew, I need to breathe it out. Dying. Definitely getting close to my threshold. Yeah, so a lot of the time when you're starting out in a hypertrophy-based program, you're not gonna get all the reps in. You know, it's gonna be a lot more volume than you're used to. So if you need to hit, let's say it's like a set of 15, you can only get 8 or 9 good reps in. Take a pause, take 30 seconds, hit the rest of your reps, but over time, try to improve that endurance. It won't take very long, a couple of weeks, but the first couple of weeks are gonna be brutal. So that's it for that circuit. All right, so last one we're gonna do today, we're gonna finish with mostly machine work. We're gonna do a standing incline press and a standing decline press. So most of your guys' commercial gyms will have like a seated variation of this kind of machine. If not, then you're just gonna probably stick to squat rack stuff. And if you have a home gym, what you can do to get some machine work in is just get some kind of lever arm system that's adjustable with an adjustable bench. Then you should be able to hit all types of presses with that, all the way from military into decline. But if not, you're just gonna stick to your standard barbell dumbbell variations. All right, so we'll start with standing incline press first, going for 15 reps. Then we're gonna go over to the decline press. Now, for this one, I primarily like to do a single arm variation. Because you're standing, if you do double arm standing, you're kind of using a lot of body weight and core to push it down. So I like to do a single arm. That way you're hanging onto the machine, keeping everything stable, and all the tension is gonna stay in your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. At your gym, you're probably gonna have a seated variation of this, so you can do double or single arm, doesn't matter. For the last movement in this circuit, we'll hit some triceps with some dumbbell skull crushers. Whew. Oh yeah. Of course, what did I forget? To start my fucking watch.
I was like,
Every time I forget.
doesn't count if you don't start your watch.
So I'm gonna go ahead and restart this whole workout now.
Yeah.
Now that I've pre-exhausted myself. The trainers Worst mistake. Not starting my watch. All right, here we go. All right, last set, best set. Whew. Definitely get a shot of me drinking Ghost. I really want them to sponsor me. Donezo. All right. So typically at the end of my workouts or my training sessions, depending on what kind of phase you're in, you're either gonna do 20 to 30 minutes of steady state cardio, 10 to 15 minutes of a HIIT style cardio, or some kind of ab workout variation. Today, I'm finishing with abs. But that's it for today. If you have any questions, drop some comments, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I'll keep coming out with more workout routines like this so you can kind of see what the programming is like, get some fresh new ideas on training style, all that good stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go die on abs.